morning. So we're headed to breakfast this morning with my mom. No vlog last week either. A lot has happened in the last week and we will be filling you in. But this week we thought it would be fun.
We thought or you thought?
Well, I took a vote on Instagram. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, go do that. And a lot of people wanted to see my 30-week pregnancy update as told by Steven.
I don't think a lot of people wanted that.
They did. It was like 80-something%. We're gonna go to breakfast. We're gonna hang out at my parents for a little bit. And then Steven's gonna tell you all about how I have been feeling for the past 30 weeks. Or now that I'm 30 weeks. Stay tuned. Okay, so I tried to start the vlog earlier. Forgot to film my food, forgot to film everything. So we're home now. Steven's watching the football games, but he has agreed to give my 30-week pregnancy update. I thought it would be fun because you see those things on TikTok that are, I asked my husband to be me challenges, and I thought we could kind of do that with the 30-week update. I'm over here in my mama sweatshirt that my mama got me, that I love. And I figured we would just start because Steven knows there have been lots of things that I have been complaining about as I've gotten into my 30th week of pregnancy and past the second trimester. So he's going to share a little bit about that, aren't you, Steven? Uh-huh. He's very excited. It actually took quite a lot for me to convince him to do this. So let's do it.
Take my shoes off. Tuka, come see mama.
Oh, you guys.
Hey, Tuka.
Wait, what's wrong? What's wrong?
You know what you did. Tuka. I think we need to call the doctor.
Why?
I've only felt her kid 10 times in an hour. I usually feel 12. You think she's okay?
Yeah,
I need to go to labor and delivery.
No, I think she's...
It was only 10 times. Come on, baby girl.
Questioning the accuracy of some of these already.
Can we have McDonald's?
We just had McDonald's. Oh.
Collins wants McDonald's.
All right. You can order McDonald's. Go ahead.
Extra fries.
It's a pretty good show, huh?
Can you give me water? We have 2 sips all day.
Yeah, sure. After this commercial.
Can we get McDonald's later? Can we get McDonald's? And fries.
What do you need? I can get it for you. You just went. All right, baby, ready to go?
Gotta be again.
How'd you sleep last night?
When did you like to know?
No, really. How'd you sleep?
I woke up 6 times to pee.
Do I really walk like that?
Can we get McDonald's? Hey, Tuka. Hey, Tuka. Here. Can we get McDonald's later?
I can't tell you guys how much Steven was complaining about having to do that, but I feel like you really...
I let YouTube know. Like, I put it out there that I can be...
You really let out your full emotions, didn't you? I mean, clearly he's got some bent up anger about some of the things that I've been asking.
Like therapy.
Oh my gosh. I mean, he kind of hit the nail on the head. Honestly, I'm just a miserable human being at this point. That's a lie. I'm enjoying the pregnancy. As much pain as I'm in, I enjoy being big and feeling her and feeling pregnant. So it's been fun, but also SPD, not SBD, SPD, like something pubic dysfunction. Sounds really intense, but really all it means is everything loosens up, like your pelvis loosens up too soon. So it's really unstable. It hurts to roll in bed. I feel like such a complainer. I feel like so bad complaining about all this now after you made fun of me.
Well, you just blame it on Collins. It's a Collins, so it's okay.
But anyway, it hurts to like roll from side to side in bed to the point of like welling up in tears a little bit. Getting up out of bed when I go to the bathroom, which I am going to the bathroom probably 4 or 5 times a night. And then just walking around. I've got lots of pelvic pain. And it's normal with SPD, like there's nothing wrong. Everything just hurts. Lightning crotch is something else that he didn't describe. Last night we were sitting down and all of a sudden it just felt like there was a lightning bolt.
Oh, I should have done that. Like, oh, move,
inside me.
Move.
Oh yeah. If she gets in an uncomfortable position, like especially, I feel like she's dropped so low and I'm only 30 weeks and I know they're not supposed to drop until like you're about to go into labor, but her head, last time we went to the doctor, she's head down and her head is like on my cervix and it hurts. So she'll get in positions where I'm like, oh my God, ow, 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 please move. But he pretty much hit the nail on the head. My hands are still swollen, hands and feet are still swollen. Heartburn has just now kicked in. That's not a fun thing. I lay down, first of all, anytime I eat, whatever I eat, it hurts. I lay down at night and my whole throat starts to burn. Tums don't really do anything, so.
Tell them where we were this week. Let the people know.
He made fun of me for going to labor and delivery, except I didn't go to labor and delivery because I only felt her kick 10 times in an hour. That's dramatic. I went to labor and delivery because I had contractions. Okay, resituated so I don't have to hold it. But anyway, so I've been having Braxton Hicks and that's normal in the 3rd trimester. It just has felt like tightening. Tuesday, I started cramping in the last like hour at work. Wasn't normal like pelvic cramping or because of where she was situated or because of anything like that. It felt like period cramps or like I had to go to the bathroom type cramps. Got home, the cramping continued. I was laying down on the couch resting and it...
For like 3 hours.
For like 3 hours and my whole stomach was tightening and it was pretty painful. Like they weren't just the uncomfortable Braxton Hicks. I mean, I wouldn't say that I was in excruciating pain, but it definitely felt weird. 1 out of 10. It was probably like a 5. Like it wasn't super intense, but a Braxton Hicks is like a -10. Like they don't hurt at all. Mm-hmm. And I was in some pain and it just felt weird. Like something was off. I had never felt that before. Then I went to the bathroom and TMI was some strange situation when I wiped. I know that increased discharge is normal. It was not normal. I'm talking like mucus plug situation. So then I was freaked out that it was my mucus plug.
And she Googled what a mucus plug looks like.
And it looked exactly like it. Like it really did. And I'll get to the end of the story to where that was a legit thing. So the cramping went on for like 3 hours and honestly, it wasn't going away. They weren't like speeding up or anything. I didn't time the contractions. They were just on and off. Of course, my doctor was closed. So I called at like 5 o'clock when they were already closed and was just like.
It was later than that. Wasn't it like 7?
No, I called my doctor at 5.
Oh.
So like at that point, it had been going on for an hour and a half and I called and just left a message and was like, I'm having some really weird cramping and some strange look and discharge, but I knew they weren't going to call me back. And then the cramps continued for another 2 hours. And I was like, okay, I'm going to go ahead and call labor and delivery. They'll tell me if I need to come in. It could be nothing. Maybe they'll put my mind at ease. They'll tell me it was just round ligament pain, whatever it is. I don't know. I called and I was like, I just kind of want to tell someone about what is going on to put my mind at ease. Things are feeling weird, explain my symptoms. And she was like, listen, based on what you're saying, we need to have you come in to be monitored. So that freaked me out even more. I was kind of expecting her to be like, this is all normal, like discharge is normal, whatever.
But they said anytime like someone saying they're having bad cramping, they want them to come in just to check on the mom and baby.
Yeah, I guess anytime you say cramping.
The discharge wasn't concerning to them. It was the cramping that they wanted you to come in for.
They wanted me to come in. It freaked me out, but I know it was good. So we went in, we got there at like 7:30. No, 7.
It was kind of funny. It felt like we were actually going into labor. Which is
kind of cool. Not cool. I don't want to go into labor at 30 weeks, but it was nice being able to actually get to see labor and delivery because we don't get to tour like we would normally.
Like how long it would take us to get to the hospital.
Yeah.
And you're right, because we had to do a virtual tour. So we actually got to do a tour, see what the room looks like.
Got to like the parking situation, which there was a lot of parking, so that was nice. Got checked in. He was actually able to come up with me. I was really surprised about that. We got like the COVID screening, the questions, got our temperature taken, wristbands, up to labor and delivery, and then they just put us in the, what room is that? Like observation room.
Observation room before you go into your actual room.
You're not like actually in labor and delivery, you're right outside, just for monitoring.
Yeah, so that's where you can either say you can go home or you can stay in the monitoring room until you're ready to go into.
Yeah, unless you're being induced.
Yeah.
So anyway, we got to see all that. Got him a robe. They put the monitors on me. Her heart rate was great. Like that was the first thing. But the main thing that was making me feel better is she sounded perfect the whole entire time. Her heart rate was normal. She was moving around more than she ever has before. I have been telling Steven that I know you're supposed to be able to feel hiccups, and I haven't, and I did for the first time that night.
And we heard them too on the...
Yeah, since we were on the monitor, we could hear them like really loud, and she was kicking around, and every time she would kick, her heart rate would go up. So I asked the nurse if that was normal, and she was like, yeah, definitely. It's like if you were exercising. So when they kick around and their heart rate goes up, you can tell how oxygenated they are, I guess. And she said that she sounded like so healthy. She sounded great. So that made me feel better.
We were there for about, what, 2.5 hours?
2 hours, yeah. And by the time I got there and I laid down, I was not having any of the cramping that I was at home. Like, it felt completely normal. And of course, I feel crazy because for 3 hours, I sat there in pain and then got to the doctor and I didn't feel anything. But even though I didn't feel anything, contractions were still picked up on the monitor. She said there were tiny contractions, but I had like 3 or 4 in an hour. So they let me go home, obviously. But they weren't Rex and Hicks, like literal contractions, which is strange.
They seemed like they were so normal. Like they weren't freaked out about it.
No, she didn't seem freaked out about it at all. Like she talked to the doctor. They didn't want to check my cervix because she said, this is not what it is. You're not in preterm labor, but if it is, you don't want to like irritate or aggravate the cervix anymore, I guess. So they didn't even check my cervix, but it is weird. I mean, like you're not supposed to be having contractions at 30 weeks. So in that sense, it was weird. And it makes me wonder, because if I didn't even feel the contractions that were happening when I was hooked up to the monitor, I wonder what they would have looked like on the monitor, the ones that I was having before I had gone. But she told me that it was most likely just stress and overdoing it, and that I should rest and take some time off, which it's kind of frustrating to hear that, especially as a teacher, because you don't get paid leave. So I'm saving up all my days. Like I can't miss any more work. So didn't take any days off, obviously, just kind of taking it easy as much as I can. I'm a 3rd grade teacher, if you knew that already. So that was interesting.
And then you showed them a picture, which you said you were going to tell them later on about the mucus plug.
Oh, yes. So I showed her, because I told them right when I got there that the discharge thing, whatever. And I told her, I was like, I'm crazy. And I looked it up and it looked just like a mucus plug. She didn't want to see it when we first got there. So I guess you're right in a sense, like they weren't super concerned about that. They were concerned about the contractions. And then she asked to see the picture at the end and I showed her and she was like, no, you're right. Like that definitely looks mucus pluggy, but I didn't obviously lose my whole mucus plug. So gave me a pamphlet on preterm labor and told me to chill and take it easy.
Tell me where we went after labor and delivery.
You hate that I am craving McDonald's, don't you? We went to McDonald's after labor and delivery. And you want to know what's funny is he had made dinner. You had leftovers, but it was like shrimp and rice. It sounded disgusting. So I ordered McDonald's before I called labor and delivery. DoorDashed it. And then ended up calling labor and delivery. And by the time we left for labor and delivery, like my McDonald's hadn't been delivered yet. So we left and 5 minutes after we left the house, my McDonald's was delivered. And, you know.
It was obviously cold by the time we got back.
So threw that away and went and got new McDonald's. That's pretty much the situation. It was
and then tell them what's happening this week.
Yeah, we get to see her this week, which I'm so excited about. So I've got my 30-week just regular appointment, my prenatal appointment with my doctor, and we'll do blood work because my iron was crazy low last time and I'm on a supplement now. And then Wednesday we get to go back for our 4D ultrasound. We get to see baby girl, and because we haven't seen her.
It's something you pay for.
Yeah. You choose to do it. We want to see her 3D.
Oh,
that's what's happening Wednesday. That was cute. Decided I'm not going to show any more of the nursery till it's done. And then I'm just going to do a nursery reveal. I mean, you've seen most of it, but we're not going to show any more until it's done. So then we'll just kind of...
We should have done it before and after, before we painted it and everything too.
I know. Because we did paint it. We did a lot to it.
It used to be a rolled office / junk room.
Yeah, it was a junk room. It was bad. That's the situation. 30 weeks pregnant. Steven explained my symptoms pretty darn well. That's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Comment below your 30-week symptoms. Is that what it is? Yeah. And also, it's still very early, but I'm a very type A person and I like things to be done. So I'm going to be doing a questionnaire on my Instagram. If you don't follow my Instagram, follow me on Instagram. But I want to know what you mamas took to the hospital in your hospital bag, especially during COVID. So if you are a second-time mom or someone who has delivered in this strange time, comment below what you packed. I have like a list. Obviously haven't started packing yet because I'm 30 weeks, but knowing me, I'll probably be fully packed and ready to go by 35 weeks. It's exciting. Things are happening. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe And follow me on Instagram. And I will see you guys next Monday. I'm gonna see, I always say this, but I'm gonna see if I can film the 3D ultrasound. They probably won't let me. But if I do, then maybe I'll post a little bonus video this week.
If we're paying, I feel like we should be able to.
And also, I'm not gonna ask.
We're just gonna do?
I'm just gonna do. I won't, like, I'll
Ask
have you film on your phone.
Forgiveness, not for permission.
Exactly.
That'll be our mentality.
That'll be our mentality. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.